started recording. Someone was started it. I just stopped it. Again, I restarted the recording. That's fine. Good evening, all of you.
Oh,
I
good
think
evening,
we are.
Lokesh.
Good evening, Yogesh.
Think we are good to go ahead. Let me start. I'm just sharing my screen. So I'm just showing the our syllabus copy. So the Excel sheet. I hope all of you are able to see my screen, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
So basically we have seen till here the operators, so arithmetic, logical and shift operators like bitwise operators and all those things. We have seen it in our last class. So basically now we are going to see ahead like the decision making, both if else loop and if if switch statement and loops, like for loop, do while and do while. And also we will be looking at the function topics also today. So these three topics which we are going to cover it today. And structures and unions we have covered as part of data types itself. And most probably we will be having these pointers if the time permits. Anyhow, we have seen already macros also as part of the variables, constants and macros. We have seen it. And compilation steps I need to explain that I will be taking it. Reprocess directives and C scope rules and interrupts. So there are a couple of rules. I might have explained all of these things, but I will be clubbing all of them into the one particular class. Then I will be explaining. Most probably in the next 1 or 1.5 class, we are going to finish the C language. So next one will be the communication protocols actually. Okay. So let me start with my notepad. I hope all of you are able to see my screen. And also I will make sure once again that recording has started it. Yeah. So fine. So let me minimize it. Fine. So we will be having couple of things. So guys, this PPT most probably today or tomorrow I will be sharing it. Okay. Still I need to work on a couple of things on this thing. So once that is done, I will be sharing this PPT. This will have the entire C language. It will be in line with our the Excel sheet also. Okay. Fine. So we have the control statements today. Which I will be going to do, split into the two types. One is the decision loops, decision conditions. So the second one is the iterative loops actually. So let's first take the decision conditions actually first. Can anyone tell me what does that mean? The decision statements here, decision conditions I can say. Any inputs? Hello. Guys, can anyone tell me why? Even if it is wrong, it's fine for me. Okay, and these are the decision conditions what we will be having it. Okay, in the normal C language programming. So what do you mean by if?
We are checking if the condition is true or false.
If the condition is true or false, correct? Perfect. True or false. So it's kind of doing the same thing in the coding. So the same thing here. If else means if the condition is false, then you will be going to execute the else. Okay. If condition is false, then you will execute the if statement. If not, else statement you will look. But this is not if else, else if not. So it will be else if, then else. So if statement, it will check it. If it is not passing, then it will check the else if. Then if it is not also passing, then finally else loop will be there. Switch also same. Switch statements will be there. So switch, it will be getting some input. Depends on that, it will be checking all the cases. We call this as a switch case statement. Okay. So these all these things we will be seeing in the online compiler also. I will be just going to write some small piece of code, and then we will see the output also there. Now let's take the if statement. Okay, so basically what will happen, so in the coding, so if you want to check anything, okay, so let's take our washing machine example itself. So if it is how can it will stop the inlet water pipe? So it will check what is the water level indicator, water level. So what it will do, if water level equal to 5 points, then stop the motor. So this is how the coding we will be doing it. Okay, else what you will do, continue inlet water, inlet water. Okay, so this is how the if statements we will be writing it in the normal coding actually. So you can see on our real-time coding, many places in the entire automotive, most probably we will be using if else if and else statements and if else statements, or else like the switch statement. If not, then for loop. That's all. These are the main loop conditions which we will be seeing in the our entire coding. You can see everywhere if else only will be there. Some cases switch case will be there, and mostly it will be having the for loop also. Apart from that, nothing will be there. And functions, variables, and whatever the the storage classes, data types, and all those things, it will be there. So by combining all these basic concepts itself, it will happen one big program, one big project, I can say. Getting it? See here we have used the for loop. All these things we will be seeing it one by one. Okay. So let me open online notepad, not notepad editor, this compiler. Guys, any doubts in this looping? This is very small topic, and also very easiest topic compared to the storage classes and all these things. But storage classes, you guys need to practice little bit and try to understand little bit, deep into it. Why? Because they are needed it. Whatever the concept, most probably we are looking here, all of they are the important only. So please just have a look at all of them. Okay. Fine. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to do it int a equal to 10. Can anyone tell me what is this integer now? What is the a here?
Is a variable. Variable.
Perfect. What do you mean by the integer? Int?
Character.
Sorry?
It is a integer type, means number.
Data type.
Data type. Perfect. Now what will be the value of a? I have assigned it 10, but till what range I can assign the values to a? That will be decided by what? What is the need of data type?
Store the data.
No, to store the data, we have the memory.
How much data will be used?
How much data it can able to store is what it will be
Four
telling.
bytes.
So integer means for
Yes,
how
sir.
much byte it can have.
4.
So 4 bytes
4
in the
bytes.
sense A is able to store 4 bytes of data, right? Basically, what is a variable? Variable is just naming convention for one particular memory location. Correct? Correct, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So A is just memory location to the one particular naming convention for one particular memory location. That memory location is could able to store the data from 0 to 2 power 32. 2 power 32, how can it will happen? Integer type is the 4 bytes. 4 bytes in the sense how much? 32 bits. 32 in the sense 32 bits, like simply it can have like so int in the sense 4 bytes. 4 bytes equal to how much? 32 bits. So 32 bits in the how you will represent it? 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. How much? 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. So here 4 bytes you will be going to represent in this way, right? So why I will be keeping integer value will be 2 power 32. So if you are converting this into the our usual number system, which is a decimal, so it will become 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3. So like that, if I am doing, it will be 2 power 31 actually. Got it?
Yes, Kota.
So 2 power 31, it will be somewhere around the 40 millions or something. That value I did not remember it. If 2 power 16 means that this value will be 65535. 2 power 8 means how much? So 2 power 16 is what? 2 bytes. 2 power 8 means what?
255.
1 byte. 2 power 8 is what? 255. So if it is a character parameter, character A, then it could able to store 255. We all discussed all these things in the data types. Getting it right? So that's the reason I will be telling, if integer means 2 power 32. If you are seeing in online compiler also, the value of A you can store up to 2 power 32. Why? Because you are making it is an integer. If I am making it character, then if I am making it 256, what will happen now? What will be the value of A?
1.
How can you say 1?
0. 0.
How can you say 0? Garbage value.
Will take up to
It started from
255.
0 to 255. Again,
Let
it
me
started
make
from 0.
let me make it as a static. Someone was telling garbage. Static char A. So what will be the value of A? You can see what is happening now. Character value is how much? 1 byte. 1 byte in the sense how much? 8 bits. 2 power 8 means what? 255 only. 0 to 255. But what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to store the value 256 into A. So that's the reason it is again starting from 0. 255 is done, then it is starting from 0. So that's the reason A value is printed as 0, and also it is giving warning that overflow and conversion from int to char. So 256 means what? That is an integer value. Why? Because integer can accept up to 2 power 32. So changes the value from 256 to 0. Overflow is happening. Got it? See, what I meant to say is, like, if you are telling character A, for A in the memory location, it will allocate only 8 bytes of size. Sorry, 1 byte of size. 1 2 3 4 5, 6, 7, 8. So this much data only it can able to store 8 bits. So if all bits are 1 1 means then this value will become 255. Then if you are trying to store the 256, where it will store? It cannot store anything, right? So what it will do, it will erase everything again. It will start from 0. Okay, that is what we discussed in the data types. This will applicable for all the data types like character, float, and integer, everything. So, and if you are mentioning static or extern, what will happen? That will just specifies in which memory location it has to be stored. So anyhow, for char A, it has to allocate some memory. In which memory location, either in stack or data or BSS or in the text segment, which segment will be going to hold the value of A is what matters. So it will be telling in the storage class. Got it? Any doubts in this? Data types and storage classes are very basic things. Everyone has to understand very thoroughly. If you are not able to willing to understand it, just let me know. We can have one special class on that also again, but it's mandatory for everyone. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Fine. So I'm just making it as 100. Okay. Why? Because it's a character. So now we are into the loop conditions. Okay. If loops and all. If A equal to 100. If A equal to 100, then print the value of A is 100. Print value of, I'm just keeping as a comment. Okay. Value of A is 100. I am not fetching anything. It's if this particular condition is passing, then immediately I'm just trying to write sum into the console window. Can anyone tell me what it will print now?
Simply total value of
Value of is 100.
Perfect. So that's what it will print it. You can see here in the output window. Got it right? So now I'm just making it as a 100, not 140 or something, 104. Okay. So now, so anyhow, this particular A equal to 100. What is the value of A now? 104. 104 will become equal of 100. It will never, right? So now
Yes.
tell me what will happen. What it will print on the output window now? Any guess?
104.
104.
How it will print 104 here?
error will come.
Why error will come?
We are giving a equal to 100, right? We are assigning some value, right?
You are not assigning this equal to what? That is a comparison operator in the C. Only single equal is there means that is assignment. So now here you are doing A equal to 104. What does that mean? You are assigning value 104 into the memory location of A. But here what you are doing? A equal to 100. So you are doing the comparison here inside the if condition. Got it?
What?
Now tell me what will happen. What if I run it? What will be the output?
104 because the A value the condition is false now.
Am I printing something?
It will not print any value.
Perfect. It will not print anything. Why? Because I'm not doing anything. To compiler, I'm not telling that you need to print something. So if you are making this condition pass, then only it will go inside. Then it will print value of A is 100. If condition is fail, what it will do? It will not do anything. The function execution is done. So in the real time, if A is failed, then if you want to enter into the else, then you can have the else loop. Now you can keep whatever the comment you wanted to keep it. Value of a is not 100. Now tell me what it will print. Now value of
Value
a is
of
a
A is
110.
not
Okay.
Value of
Value of
not
a is a 110 now.
else statement will print.
Okay. Any other inputs?
the same. Yes.
Else statement print.
Correct. So value of a is not 100. Okay. Now I will make it as a else if. Okay. Else if. So if it will try to check it. Okay. Whether a is a value of a is 100 or not. If not, it will check a of a value is 110. If yes, then it will print. Now I will make one more else. So if you are doing the else if loop conditions, then definitely there should be a else loop. Okay. If you are just doing the if condition, then it's fine. If you are writing else or not, it doesn't matter. But if you are doing if else if, then definitely the final statement should be the else. That is one of the C rule. Value of a is not 100 or 110. Correct? Are you guys are getting? Now if I am making it 120, now tell me what value it will print it.
Value of a is not 100 or 110.
Correct. So now value what I am making of a, it is a 120. Now what it will do if I am just running it on the runtime, it will just go here. It will check what is the value of a. It's not 100, so it will not enter into the if loop. Now it will go and it will check whether else if a of a value is 110 or not. Still it's not. It will not pass it. So that's the reason it will just go and it will print the else loop. So what it will print, value of a is not 100 or 110. See now. Getting it?
Yeah.
So I'm coming back to my previous point again. So in case of if else if is there, then definitely there should be else. Okay. If you are not having that else, what will happen? Can anyone tell me? This is one of the C99 rule, which is a C standard coding guideline. If I am running now, what will happen?
Nothing it will print.
No. See,
Otherwise
there
it
is a
will
one rule
be
itself which you are not following. Okay. That is a standard rule. If you are not following, then there will be some issue.
then it will
If,
throw
Error.
company.
sorry?
Error will come.
Perfect. What error it will come? Any idea?
Runtime error.
Runtime, still you are not going into the runtime, but basically you guys might be seeing it is a runtime, but this basically it will be just doing the compilation and printing the output value here. Runtime means something else is there that I will be showing it in the compilation stage. Okay. Getting it? What error it will come? It will come the compilation error it will throw. It's not throwing anything, but definitely it should throw. In the real time compilers, it will throw. It will not allow if you are not having the else loop. It will not allow. It will not at all allow you to have the compilation. You can see wherever you are using it. Else if is there, else if is there. Definitely there should be else. If is there, else if is there, else. If else if else everywhere. If you are having just if, then if you are not having the else also, that's fine. But definitely if you are having the else if, how come? Mhm. Here also it looks like they have not used else. Huh? Maybe I am wrong then. My perspective was if else loop is not there, then definitely it should throw the error actually, compilation error. But it looks like there might be some limitations. But having the practice of writing the else loop at the end of the if else or if condition is the better way of coding it. Got it? Any doubts?
No.
No, sir.
So we have seen if else, and if else if else if else. Okay, these three statements we have seen it now. Now going back to the switch statement. Okay, can anyone tell me what the switch will do?
It allows to execute multiple operations.
Perfect. Any other answers? Any other answers from
Switch
anyone
is
else?
used for reduce the number of nested if else statements.
Correct. So the first one, what was that? I forgot it. Someone told something. It will have number of nested statements. So it, and also what it was like, it's a replacement for nested else if, nested else if and else conditions. Perfect. This it will satisfy the second one. The first one also it's correct. Okay. So in case of what we are doing it, if a equal to 10 equal to 10, then you will be executing it. If you are not, else if, then you will be doing something else. If not, else if you are having multiple else ifs, so every time the compiler has to traverse through all these conditions, correct?
Yeah.
It will basically see at the looking at high level, it looks like both are same only. Okay, but at the runtime, how much CPU cycles, CPU instructions it is taking is what matters for us. CPU instructions are taking for execution of this program is matters. So whatever the coding you will be writing, how much memory it is consuming, how much CPU utilization it is consuming, we will be doing it for each and every stage of software release. Okay. So either memory or CPU utilization, it should not go 80%, more than 80%. So if you are having memory of 1 MB, then you should not use more than 800 KB. Okay, in the same way, if you are having the CPU of 3 megahertz, then you should not go beyond the 2.9 kilohertz. Okay, that's how 80% of utilization only it will be allowed. Why? Can anyone tell me what is the reason? Any guess?
Memory overload.
Let that happen, memory overload. It is happening also fine, but the biggest problem is system will not work. Many of you guys might have seen it. If your CPU utilization is going 100% in your laptop or phone, or if your memory is going to 100% full, then it may slow down, or it may not at all, respond also. The same case it will happen in the microcontrollers also, in our ECUs. So this is in your hand. Whenever you want, you can do something. But once the ECU is fitted into the vehicle, if this problem is coming, then it is the biggest failure of software. Biggest failure of software. So then you need to recall all the vehicles whichever has been sold out already. So recalling and repairing the software and patching the software will take a lot of amount for the OEMs. So that's the reason while doing coding itself, so you need to take care how much memory it has to allocate for each and every parameter. And also you need to think about what kind of statements, if you are keeping the CPU utilization will be little bit less. So that's the where the concept of control statements, switch statements and all those things it will come. So can anyone tell me, like we were discussing about static and integer a, why a might be needed, a might be going to store only up to value 255, then in that case why you need to spend 4 bytes of memory for that? This is nearly 3 bytes you are going to use it here. So in the similar way, there will be 1,000 members will be working as a software engineers. If everyone is wasting 3 bytes, how much it will go? 3 MB it will go unnecessarily. This is just example. 1,000 members will not be working as a software. Just I am telling it. But your microcontroller will have just 10 MB or 8 MB. If a software engineer itself, if he is wasting 3 MB, then what is there? 7 MB. What it will happen? Definitely the system will get stuck. Getting it? What is the real problems? Because of memory and CPU utilization.
Yeah, fine.
So that's the reason where to use the if loops and where to use the switch statements. You guys can think it up. If you guys are having good enough memory in the microcontrollers, then it's fine. Okay. In some cases, if anything goes wrong, then everyone will come and everything they will be checking it. So why you are using if? Why you are using switch? Why you guys are using the switch statements here? What is the reason behind it? So whenever you will be using some coding, so you should have the reason for everything. Getting it? So with that reasons only, whenever we will be doing the real-time implementations, we will be keep on remembering in our minds that we need to use what kind of statements, what kind of which and all is needed there, and something like that. We will be keep on thinking it. For testing, it might be not needed. Why? Because they no need to think about the memory and all those things. Why? What they will be checking is how much memory is consumed is what concern for them. But how you are doing inside the coding is no one will be bothering about how much memory it is consumed. Only the responsible for person will be the software developer. That's all. If any issue in the memory, then definitely they will be coming to any issue in the memory, in the sense if there is any overflow or if it is crossing 80 more than 80% of the utilization, then definitely the everyone will come to the software team. That time at the project level, everyone will be checking at each and every individual person's components. A component in the sense I will be handling .c, 1.c, someone else will be handling 2.c. Then everyone will get to know who is responsible for 1.c software component development. If he is not utilizing the memory, then he should give the proper explanation to the management why he is using the so and so. So something like that it will go, but it will never happen it. I never saw within my experience something like that, but definitely the questions will come. Why are you using this integer as a and something like that? While doing the software coding review, it will happen in that way. Got it, right? So now coming back to our switch statements. Okay. So in switch statements, let me take int b equal to 100. We are having it. Okay. So in switch, what I can do? Switch of b. So inside switch, we will be having the cases. Okay. Case a, the value case a in the sense value might be 100, a value might be 100, or else I will keep something like 100 only, case 100. So then what it will do? It will just print value is 100. That's all it will do. If next case 200, if value of b is 200, so here what is the input? B is the input. Okay, b is the input. So depends on this input value, it will be checking each and every case. So switch B means it will fetch the value of B. Then it will be comparing with a case 100, case 200. Case 200 in the sense it will print f value is 200. Value is 200. Something like that. So case 300. So this case whatever it might be. Then printf value is 300. So it depends on this case. So okay, this is also looking like if b equal to 100, then print it. Else if b equal to 200, b equal to 200, then print this one. Else if b equals to 300, then print this. Then finally what we were discussing, like it must be having the else, right? In the similar way in the switch statement we will have the default. Okay, default. If any of this case is not passing, then definitely it will print the printf default. Got it? Any doubts? This is a syntax for the switch statement. Okay. So in case of if else if I'm not sure whether else is a mandatory or not, but I was thinking it's a mandatory. That is, it looks like it will not. It will work out without else also. But in case of switch, I'm sure that without default it will not work out. There must be a default case for it.
Here we have to give break also, right, Lokesh?
Hmm?
Here we have to give after case
Perfect.
break
Break.
statement.
Break also we need to give. Correct. Break statement should be there in each and every case. Okay. So once if this case is first case itself, if it is getting passed, like value of b is 100, then it will just print value of value is 100, then it will come out of the entire switch case itself. It no needs to traverse through the next cases. Okay. Getting it? Let me write one switch case. Switch value of a, I will be taking it. Okay, if it is a 200, 120, printf printf. I'm just keeping some printing values. Okay, value is 120. As also just observe that there is a semicolon at the end of each and every statement, and there is a colon at the end of the case. Okay, you can see at each and every statement, if you are keeping the semicolon, then the compiler will understand that this statement is going to end at that place. Getting it? So after printf, you must be having break. Okay. So next case is if value of a is a 200, then do something. What it will do? It will just print value is 200. Getting it? So if as I was telling, if default is not there, definitely now it should throw the error. Why? Because this loop is not yet ended. It will be looking for default. What happened? Not needed. Keeping the braces. Traces. Break is statement not within the loop or switch off. Where it went.
Ending break is not required.
Still, it should not throw error for the first statement itself.
Or
Break not within
flower
the
brackets. I think flower
What
brackets.
are flower brackets? Okay.
Open and ending.
not required, I think so. Perfect. So what is the value of A is now? A value is 120. So if you are doing the switch of A, okay, the value whatever there will be in the A memory location, it will fetch it. So it will be keep on comparing with each and every case. Now first case itself, it is a pass. Okay, that's the reason it came out of this. Can anyone tell me what does that mean? Break. You can observe that all these, dark orange color things are the keywords in the C language.
Break in the sense to go next case.
No, it will not go next case.
It will stop that case.
It will not compile for the next cases.
It will not
Break
go to
the
the next
statement.
cases, and also it will come out of the switch loop itself. Getting it? So this break, no, not only here, we will be using in the multiple places actually, even in the for loop or in the if loops, wherever you are doing it. If there is a break statement, if it is inside the loop, then it will come out of that loop itself. Got it? Getting it? Any doubt?
No.
So if for example, if you are doing, I don't want to keep the nested if loops and all those things. That's the reason. A equal to 120. Then I have the statements inside it. So again, if I'm doing A equal to or B equal to, I will do B equal to 30. I will be just simply I'm keeping some values here. B equals to 130. Then enter into the nested if. So guys, inside loops, if you are having, then we call them as a nested loops. Okay. So inside if loop, we are having the if loop. This we call it as a nested if. So inside if, again, you can have one more if also. That's up to us. It depends on some cases it will be going on. You can see like I have one program which it will have for loop, if loop, everything that I will be showing it after completion of all our loops. Otherwise, if I show it now, you guys will get confused. Now if int c equals to 150, then if c, if I am doing c equals to 150, then I am doing the break. Printf value is 150. So this is what this y extra. So now you can see like if is there, a value is 120, I have given it. So b value, once you are entering into this particular if loop, I'm doing b value is 130. I'm checking that whether it is the 130 or not. If it is yes, then I'm making c value 150. Again, I'm comparing that. Then I'm printing the value of value is 150. Okay, it's not 1500. So value is 150. It's printing it. So if I'm doing this break statement here, now can tell me what it will print? Control Z. Now tell me, if I'm executing the break statement here, where it will go?
Now,
So even after this, if I'm keeping value of int, I'm just going to keep 1600, 1100, 1100 also fine. This is 1500. So after break, I'm just keeping two more printfs. So can anyone tell me whether this printf statement will be get executed or not?
no.
It
No.
will
Not
get
executed.
Huh?
Compile it.
It will get executed. Huh?
It won't.
Why?
Condition satisfied.
Come out of condition. Sorry.
It will get executed. Printf value is 150.
This it will get executed. After that there is a break
No,
statement. After
it will
that, what
not
about this
executed.
printf?
After break, it will not execute. Printf
Then
value
what it will
is
print after
not
that break?
executed.
After that break, what it will print now?
Invalid.
Sai, sorry. So someone was telling error we will get. What error you will get here? You will not get any error. Invalid error also it will not come. Can anyone tell me what will be the output? Where the control it will come after completion of this break statement?
Direct printf value is 130.
130.
Perfect. It will print 150, then 150. What happened?
Within loop on the bar.
Break statement not within the loop or switch. Where it went?
34 line.
34 is this only. It is there inside the loop only.
I think we didn't mention any break in if condition.
No, it's not needed it. It's not mandatory. Break statement not within loop or switch. This is loop only. Let me make it else. These small compilers this is the problem. How come it will not be inside the loop? No, this is not supporting it looks like, but definitely it should support. You can see we will be using that kind of things. Okay. See inside if we can go ahead and we can use it. It's not harm actually. Wherever you want you can use it. Maybe it is looking inside loops like a for loop or switch loop or something like that. Fine, that we will see it. Okay. For the next concept will be for loop, but before that I'm just using it for I int I equal to 0 I less than 5, I plus plus. It should run at least now. Now it's running. So what is happening? Can anyone guess? So if I'm keeping the breakpoint inside of a if loop, so the what is that? So it's working inside if any one of the for loop or while loop or do while loop or any switch statement cases are there, then only the break statement it is working here. Okay, but real time it will work inside a if loop also. So can anyone tell me what is happening now in this case? So what is our expectation is that if you are having any break statement inside if loop, after this break, it will come out of only this if loop, then it will print the value 130. But it's not printing that also. What it is doing, it is coming entire out of this for loop itself. So if whatever there inside this, it is not bothering about it. So what the controller or the compiler knows that if there is a break, then it should come out of that for loop or whatever the loop it will be. Getting it? So that's the reason. So in the switch case also, if you are having any break statement, it will not bother about what is there next. It will just come out of that switch. Any doubts? If not, then we'll go to the for loop now. And also this PPT also will be having all that kind of information only. You guys just go through it once. Most probably tomorrow we will be sharing this PPT. So conditional execution like if else loop and if else these things it will be coming. Iterative it will be coming for while loop, for and while, do while. This kind of iterative execution. Iterative in the sense keep on it will be repeating. So there will be some statement inside the loops that will be keep on executing until unless that iterative execution is done. That we will be seeing it now. So now we can see like if then in the pictorial format we are representing here, like if a is less than b, value of a might be something 10, b will be 20, then it will be condition will be true, then go and execute s1 s2. If no, then go and finish it. That's what they have written in the coding also here. Okay, the if else loop is like if a equal to 0, if it is s, then execute statement 1 and 2, else statement 3 and 4 execute and then go end. That's what it is doing. So this designing also we need to do it. We have the special class for that. We will be seeing it in software development perspective. Okay, so multiple else if conditions if it is there, if n equal to 1, else if else. Switch statement we have seen it, case 0 then execute statement 1, case 1 execute statement 2. So while loop, do while loop, and the for loop we will be seeing it now, which are iterative statements, iterative conditions we can say. Okay. So for loop you can see. So for loop we will be having some. Let me take that PPT itself. So for loop, what it will have, basic syntax. So you will have some initialization value. then the some condition, then the some operation. Okay, operation on that particular parameter. Okay, then if that conditions are satisfying, then statement 1, statement 2, all these things will be keep on executing it. So if m value is 0, now m value what you are doing less than or less than 200, then m value it will be increment. So first this will execute, then this condition will check, then these statements will be executed, then finally it will happen m plus plus. That's what this is meaning. Can anyone tell me how many times this for loop will execute on the runtime?
It depends upon us. Okay.
Depends upon
How many times we need checking?
in this particular this you can take this particular example. Okay, m value is going to start from 0 and it is less than until less than 200. This particular for loop has to be execute, right?
199 times.
Huh?
199.
199. So until unless m value is 199, it is going to execute it. That is what you mean to say?
Not probably
200 times.
The 200 is the fine.
That is what I'm asking. Count I'm asking. That is a 200 times it will execute, but the value of m at the at the time of 200 count, it will be 199 only. Getting it? Or is it confused? What will happen, so now m is 0 is started. Okay, so now it will go inside it. It will execute statement 1, statement 2. Now finally it will become m plus plus. Yesterday we discussed it. What is this m plus plus?
Post increment.
Post increment. So now what will happen after execution of m plus plus? The value of m will become 1. Correct? So now what it will do? Again it will go to here. It will check now m value is become 1. Okay, the only for first time it will execute m equal 0. Next time it will not execute m equal to 0. Let me write the diagram for this. Okay, I'm not sure whether diagram is there or not. No, it's not there. Fine. So first what it will do, it will do the initialization. Init m equal to 0. Okay, next the condition we will be having it. What is this condition in our case? M less than 200. So if it is S, then go and execute statement 1, statement 2. Correct? Then what will happen after execution of this? It will happen m plus plus. M plus plus is once it is done, again it will go to the decision check. Correct? If m less than 200 is happening, then it will come to here. It will do the end. Okay. If it is no, so this rhombus which says that whether the condition is true or not. That's all right. So in this case, what will happen? Initially m is 0. Now it will check this condition whether m less than is 200 correct or not. So m value is less than 200 only. Then the condition is true. It will execute 1 and 2. Then it will increment the m value. Now it become m equal to 1. Again it is going back to the rhombus and checking m value is 1 now. 1 is less than 200. It's correct. Again go and check this statement 1 and 2. This is it will execute the both of them. Again the m value will increment it. Now already m value is 1, then it will become 2. It will come to the rhombus. It will check 2 is less than 200 or not. It is correct. Again go execute statement 1, 2 and like that it will happen m equal to 3 and then and so on. It will be going on. M equal to 199 it will happen now. It will check 199 is less than 200 or not. It's correct. It will execute statement 1 and 2. Then m value will become 200 now. Now it will go, it will check it. M value 200 is less than 200. No, it will never happen in. 200 is equal to 200. It's not less than, right? So the condition is failed, so it will come out of it. Okay. If not, after doing m, if inside if you are doing it, if m equal to 3, if m equal to 3, then do it break. Then it will come out of this for loop itself. It will not do the 200 time execution of this for loop. Getting it?
Yeah, getting.
Let's see the same case here now. Okay, now nothing is there. Okay. Now I'm just trying to write a one for loop. Yeah, guys, it's up to you where you want to initialize. Basically, you can keep int I equal to 0 in the initialization time also. If not, you can keep it from here also int I equal to 0 also. Both are same. Okay, you don't bother about it. I equal to 10, I equal to 0, I less than 10. Where it went? I equal to 10, 0, I less than 10, then I plus plus. Plus plus you can do, or minus minus you can do, or you can first increment and then do it. It's up to you. However you want to use it, you can use it. Okay, or else you can do I plus 2 also you can do. What will happen if you are doing I plus plus? It will just increment by 1 once it is taking once it is executing the for loop. If you are doing I plus 2, then it will do, increment the value of I to by 2 times. So that's up to you. However you want, you can do it, that condition check. So inside for loop, what I am doing, int printf value of I equal to percentage d. This printf statement, so it will not be there on the real time. Nowhere it will be there in my real time project. Okay, if for showing you the output, I'm just using it. Now can anyone tell me what will be the output? Okay, what it will show if I'm running this particular for loop?
It will print 0 to
1 to
9.
10.
1 to
0 to
10,
9.
1 to 9.
0
Yeah,
to
1 to
9.
10.
I think 0 to 9.
Why
1 to
only
9.
to 0 to 9?
In for loop, you given int I equal to 0 and I less than 10. So it will print 0 to 9. It's if you print 10, 10 is not equal to 10 is not less than 10, no. So it will print up to 0 to 9.
But what happened? Oh, semicolon is missing. Hey, wait. You can see here the value of a, it is I, it is printing from 0 to 9. So that means that this particular statement inside if loop itself, it is running 10 times. Getting it? If making it I equals to 5, I equals to 10, I will be just making printf this is C language. Okay, so I'm just doing it, then doing the break statement, then again I'm printing something, printing at the end of the if loop that this is automotive. How can anyone tell me that what will be the outputs, what and all it will print?
Okay,
0 to 5.
after coming,
No, you
after
This is C
getting
language.
it
complete
right? What's I?
This is C language will print.
Only this statement which will print. What about this printf?
0 to 5.
Automotive is printed 5 times.
Automotive will be printed 5 times. Oh, yeah, that's also correct. Uh-huh. After that, what will happen?
This is C language.
So no, just tell me the sequence, okay? First it
You
will
have to
print.
First time it will fetch
First of
value
all,
is 0. Value is
It will
0. Next 5 times automatic is printed. Next this is C language.
no, that's not correct.
This is C language will print up to 5, and this is automatic will print again one time.
No, that's wrong.
only I equal to 5 is there. That will print only. This is the C language.
No. I think
Will
someone is
print
trying to
0,
tell
1,
it.
2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is C language.
No. First it will print the value of I equal to 0. Then it will check I is equal to 5. No, it's not 5. Then it will come to this printf, right? This is automotive also, it will print, right? Then again it will go to the for loop. Now again, what will be the value of I? It will become I plus plus. Now value of I is a 1. 1 it will print. Again it will print. This is automotive. Then until unless I equal to 0, then this is automotive. I equal to 1, this is automotive. I equal to 2, this is automotive. I equal to 5, this is automotive. Then it will print that this is a C language. Then it will come out of this entire for loop. Correct? That's what our expectation, right? Let me print it. You can see it, right? You can see it, right?
Yes.
I is 0. Where is our program? I is 0. This is automotive. I equal to 1. This is automotive. This is I equal to. This is automotive. I equal to 3. This is automotive. I equal to 4. This is automotive. I equal to 5. After becoming I equal to 5, it's not bothering about this printf statement itself. It's entering into the inside. This is printing. This is a C language. Then there is a break statement. That's the reason it is coming out of this entire for loop itself. After immediately this break statement, it's not bothering about what is there next. Got it?
Yeah.
So in similar way, like you don't want to increment it, okay? So now what will happen? Next this is what the for loop, okay? Everyone got it, right? What is this mean? This is the syntax which you need to follow it, okay? You can, I think this increment you can do inside the for loop also. I plus plus you can do it here also. That's up to you. Wherever you want you can do it, but as usual best practice will be inside for loop. If you are doing it, it will work out properly. Both are same only. Why? Because this I plus plus anyhow at the runtime it will be incrementing at the end of this for loop. In the for loop, last statement will be the I plus plus. So if I'm making it I10 now, I less than 0, just doing I minus minus. Can anyone tell me what will happen now?
No.
It
It will start
will
from
print 0 to
equal.
-9.
It will print from 0 to -9. How come it will print?
Nothing will print.
Why it will?
No, it will print. Okay. It will decrease the value every time from 10, 9, 8, likewise.
Perfect.
Nothing will be
No.
printed.
Nothing will print.
That nothing will print is there, right? Who is that? Can tell me why it will not print anything?
Condition is not right.
Why condition is not right?
10 is not less than 0.
Perfect. That's a blind mistake. Now tell me now.
It will decrease the 10 to 9. 1.
Correct answer. 10 to 9 it will do, but why? Because we are having the I equal to
Yeah.
5. In between it will just break it. That's correct. You can see now. First I value I initialized it to 10. I is anyhow it is a greater than 0. It will go inside it. Now it will just print this one. So once it is printed, then it will just decrement the value of I by 1. So 9, then 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. 5. Once the value of I is becoming 5, it will just print this and it will break it. Got it? This is what the for loop execution, okay? Now, in the similar way, we can have the, while loop also. But in the, what is the drawback of while loop? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me what is the drawback of while?
If condition is not satisfied, okay, it will exit whole the program. I think so. I mean, whole the loop.
Can you repeat once again, Pritam? Condition.
No, if condition is not satisfied, okay, it will enter into infinite loop.
Why it will not enter? Why it will enter? See, let me take. See, basically, guys, the while loop, say in the similar way. Let me tell the basics of while loop. Okay. So, while loop, as the English word itself, we will be using it. It will not have any condition. I mean, like any initializations or something like that. Increments are post increment, pre increment, decrement. Post decrement or pre decrement. All those kind of things. It will not be there, as we will be having in the while loop. Okay. Sorry, as we were having in the for loop. So it will have a greater than 10. That's all. So until a is becoming greater than 10, it will be keep on printing only. It will never be ended. Okay. So if I am keeping value of int a equal to 10, not 10, okay. Value of a int a equal to 20. Int a is a 20. So can anyone tell me how many times this while loop will be get executed?
10 times.
How come 10 times? I am having the printf statement inside it. Okay.
Greater than 10.
Printf value of a equal to 10. Direct statement I am giving it. Can anyone tell me how many times it will print now?
20 times.
How
20.
come it will print the 20 times?
Cat. A is equal to 20.
A equal to 20. What is that? A equal to 20.
Sorry,
That is value of
it's
A is a 20.
repeatedly, while loop is it repeatedly executes a target. So
Any other answers? It will print infinite times here. Value of A is 20 only. What you are doing? You are keep on checking what is the value of 10. How many times you are printing? The value of A is 20 only, right? It's a 20 is greater than 10 only. The condition always it's a true. If it is entering inside this while loop, it will be keep on rotating there only. It cannot come out of this while loop itself. So what will happen in that cases? Any idea? So basically it will be keep on running if it is a true only. Okay. If it is a true, then it will be keep on rotating inside this only. Now in this case, particularly in this case, it will be keep on true only. Why? Because a value is 20. 20 is always greater than 10 only. So this is it's never ending loop, right? So the entire program will not bother about apart from this while loop what is there inside the code, right? In our microcontroller we will not be flashing only this while loop only. We will have a lot of other code. If such kind of while loop is there in the program, what will happen? Can anyone tell me?
It's gone printing only.
It's
Gone
will
printing. It's print infinite times.
it the microcontroller will not allow to print infinite times. That is the beauty of microcontroller.
Stop at some point, okay? Like in fixed
If,
point in
if it is,
microcontroller.
see what will happen, microcontroller will be keep on monitoring what kind of statements it's getting executed. Okay, if the controller finds that if it is keep on running on the same statement, then it can understand that it went into the infinite loop. Then immediately it will trigger for the watchdog timer. This is one of the feature in the microcontroller.
Watchdog timer.
Watchdog timer.
What exactly?
Watchdog timer. So what does this it will be doing? This is one kind of timer. Okay. So if this timer thinks that the particular the control of statement execution went into the infinite loop, it will just wait for 1 second. It's up to us how much we are configuring, 2 seconds or 3 seconds. Then immediately it will trigger for the software software reset. Software reset it will trigger. So what will happen in this case? Software again it will start from the starting, not here, starting. There will be a starting of code, right? Start of code. From there it will start. Getting it? So that's the reason we cannot be having the infinite loops in the C coding. You can see now. Even I'm not sure what will happen if I'm keeping the same code here. While is a value a is greater than 100, I'm keeping. It's a keep on pass only. Then I'm just writing printf. I'm not sure how it will behave in this compiler. Let me try it. Okay. I'm just keeping it as a value. That's all. Let me see what will happen. Either it should crash it or it should be keep on printing only. What happened?
A is
A
127.
is 120.
Okay, I need to keep 100 on. See, this is keep on printing, but in the real time, it will never be possible. Stop program to edit the source code. Okay, I cannot stop it. What should I do to stop? I need to stop like that. You can see it will be keep on printing only. It should never happen in the real time. So most of the times we will not be using it. If we are using anything like this, then what we need to do, somewhere it should break it. At least you can do a minus minus something like. Then at least how many times it will print it now? Now if I'm doing the a minus minus, how many times it will print the value? I'm just keeping one for loop here. Just to see how many times it's going to print it. Can anyone tell me how many times this will print out now? The value equal to something. How many times the while loop is going to run now? I am doing the a minus
19
minus.
times.
Huh. It will print for 19 times. So the value of I will come till 19. How come? Huh? Oh, sorry. It's going inside and then printing. This for loop is there, right? And for loop will be keep on, incrementing only. It will be keep on checking what is the value now. So now what is happening is, it is just printing values from 1 to first time. What will happen? The value will be 120. So I less than 120 only. 120 times it is printing. Okay. But usually if we are not having this for loop, then it will just print for the 19 times. See, from 120 to 101 it is printing. 19 times it will be printing. Why? Because I have the some controlling mechanism here. Now it's not infinite loop. It is a finite loop now. Got it? Or else if I am printing, if I am doing a less than 1, how many times it will print now? It will never print. It will print. No, it will not print. It is greater than 1. How many times it will print now?
119.
If I have this decrement, then it will print. If not, then again also it will be keep on printing only. So that's how in this kind of use cases, wherever you need to have the infinite times or many times, so then if you want to have some controlling mechanism inside it, then you can print out. Like if I'm not having a minus minus also, if I say that I should have some controlling a minus minus or plus plus should be there, then only it can happen it. Or else I can make a value equal to 10. Then not 10. I can make a value 10. What happened? Why it's taking 120 only? A value 10. Then you can have some kind of if loop, something like this. Loop a equal to 10. Why it's not printing something? A equal to 10. Then do the break. How now can anyone tell me how many times it will print? Any answers?
110.
9
times.
Huh?
110.
110 times,
9 times.
9 times, how?
Um, inside my loop, okay, we are getting 10, right? And then it's 10, yeah,
Perfect.
condition to 10.
How? Can anyone tell me what happened now? It's printed only once. Now, what you guys are thinking that a is a equal to a greater than 1. That's perfect. 120 is greater than 1. Correct. It will print what is the value of a is 120. Now you are making a equal to 10. Then immediately you are checking a equal to 10. Then breaking it. So only once it will print and it will come out of the loop. Getting it? If I am doing here nothing, if I'm not doing the break or something like that, then it will be keep on it will run for the 9 times. But there is no break condition, so that's the reason it will be keep on going on. A value is 10. It will be keep on positive only, right? Now a become 10. 10 is greater than 1, so it will be keep on printing. How can I make it to print only 9 times? What should I do if I wanted to print only for 9 times?
A minus minus.
Where I need to do a minus minus?
Inside if, otherwise a minus.
If I do here a minus minus, if a equal to 100, then it will print 20 times still. So something like that. This logic up to you, however you wanted to maintain it. Okay, that's up to you how the use cases will be there. Okay, so I don't think we are having any while loops. Okay, basically we will not be going ahead with the while loop. See, no one. See, this is a 40,000 lines of code, but nowhere we are using the while loop. But this is what the use case of while loop. Most probably we will not be using it. If it is needed, if at all needed it, then we will be going ahead and we will be using it the for loop only. Okay. Now next looping is do while. Okay. So this is how the syntax will be there for do while. Print do. That's all. So now what will happen now? Can anyone tell me value of a is 120? A is greater than 1. So now what will happen, in this case, while if it is a greater than 1, it will just go to the do loop and it will print it. This is also infinite now. Correct? You need to have some kind of, controlling mechanism where you can make it a minus minus something. Then if a equal to 100, then break or something like that you should have. So now it will just print 19 or 20 times, then it will come out of it. Expected, where it is expecting. Before token, hey, I'm not sure. Expected while before. Do while syntax this only, I forgot it here. Where is do while? Do then while. Okay. While it should come. You cannot have anything inside the while loop. You should have everything inside do loop only. So if a is greater than 1, it will not check for anything. It will just directly go here for checking while.
Semicolon at while.
Yeah. That's what. It will just print for 20 times or something like that. Then it will be ended there. Got it? So this is how we will be doing it. But most probably do while also we will not do in the coding. You never see in the entire program do also. If I search for do, it will be there somewhere in the keywords actually. But do while we will not be using it. If you are using do while, then definitely there should be a while. While is not there, and already we have seen it, right? While loop is not at all there. So this is just comment. Okay, someone has given that comment. Solve the issue while merging the from Spring to local development branch something. This is just comment. This is not the while statement. Got it? Any doubts?
Yeah. Okay, I mean, in different parts also we won't use do while.
No, nowhere we will not be using it.
In embedded.
Yeah. Why? Because there is a chances of entering into the infinite loop sometimes because of some compiler restrictions. So that's the reason we will not be using it. But if it is needed with a proper explanation, you can go ahead and you can use it. There is no such kind of restrictions. You might be getting doubt again that if you are not using, why that concept is there in the C language.
No, no, that not like that. Okay, I'm just asking why we don't use in embedded language.
That's what it might
No,
also take a
no,
lot
got
of.
it. No, got it.
Yeah. Any
And
other doubts?
why one more thing? Okay,
Yeah.
in embedded, okay, why won't you use Kellogg malloc functions in networking?
Yesterday class you were not there, huh?
I'm there, but no, I didn't get that much like that.
Correct. So let me tell you now. I'm not sure the Calak malloc syntax how it will be there, but I know the functionality how it will be there. Okay. Malloc, Calak, realloc, and free. These four are the standard library functions which we will be there for the dynamic memory allocation. Okay. DMA means dynamic memory allocation. So on the runtime, there might be one structure. Okay. Structure, it might be just having the 24 byte size. Okay. On the runtime, it might be going to increase it to 40 bytes also, which we don't encourage it. So in that cases, whatever the structure is already, having the 24 bytes of memory, if you want to, allocate some more memory, then we can go ahead and we can use the reallocation. In the reallocation function, we will be telling that increase it by next 16 bytes. If you are doing this for one time, that's fine. We already discussed that our RAM will be very specific size of RAM. It might be 6 MB or something. So if you are keep on doing this reallocation, this entire RAM, out of this RAM, again, we will be having some stack on the BSS and data, right? This data might be just 1 MB. If you are keep on doing this reallocation, this data segment is going to fill. It is going to full, not fill. It is going to full. Then what we will do? This reallocation you cannot do further.
Yeah, fine.
So we have the memory constraints in the microcontroller. So that specifically for that reason, this DMA concept will not be allowed in the automotive. You have flashed the code in the car is keep on running it. So if you are doing the dynamic memory allocation on the one of the particular issue, that particular issue is already having 6 MB memory only. Out of this 6 MB, this particular structure is going to store into the data segment. That data segment is just having 1 MB. So this 1 MB is going to fill it. Then you cannot do on the runtime. It cannot allocate memory. It cannot extend the memory, right? From 6 MB to 7 MB, we can extend it if the car is running already. If you want to extend this 1 MB memory also, you need to entirely change this ECU itself. Why? Because this 6 MB is fixed in the microcontroller. If you want to change the microcontroller, then entire ECU itself you need to change it. If you are going to change the entire ECU, you know how much time it will take to develop one ECU? It will take around 3 years, 3 to 5 years. Depends on the complexity of functionality. If you take the ADAS ECU, it will take around 3 to 4 years. Will it be okay if you're spending 3 to 4 years of changing to increase the memory of 1 MB?
No.
That's the reason we will not be allowing this DMA. Already there. See, while planning for the project itself, we will be specifying that how much memory we needed it. Depends on this memory size itself, we will be ordering 1 million microcontrollers or something like that. And also, microcontroller guys will not be taking our input, how much memory you wanted it. They will be having some fixed kind of memory. See, microcontroller 1 will be having 1 MB. Microcontroller 2 series will be having 5 MB or 6 MB. Microcontroller 3 series will be having 10 MB. So they will just give you the option, whichever you wanted, you can keep it. That's all. If you wanted if you think that 6 MB of memory is utilized by your entire program, in that cases you will go ahead with the 10 MB microcontroller. Why? Because you need to have some spare memory also. In the future, after at the time of doing the production of ECU, if you realize that this memory is not sufficient, it's no more. The entire three years of time, whatever you spent it's a gone case. You cannot expand it. Of course, there is a chance of expanding it, but that is external memory. You need to connect it. We call it as a EEPROM, EEPROM. This is kind of externally to your microcontroller. You can connect it, but I'm not sure. I have not experienced that on the runtime whether the variable data and all we can able to store into the EEPROM or not. Even I'm not sure it. But externally you can connect it. If this is also, it will be kind of 24 MB or 60 MB, something like that it will be. You can connect externally by using the SPI communication. But my doubt is like on the runtime, this int A and all are there, right? They are bound to store inside only RAM, either data segment or BSS or stack segment. But I'm not sure whether it could be able to store into the EEPROM or not also. I'm not sure about it. Got it? Any doubts?
No.
So that is the reason behind it. Okay. So with this, we are done with the decision making also. Next, we have the functions. With these functions, we will be stopping it for today. Guys, you guys might be seeing it from starting of C language. Everywhere we are calling about functions and functions. But there is a reason behind why I'm keeping this topic at the end. Can anyone tell me what is the need of functions? What do you mean by the function?
Step of process.
Step
To
of
write some business logic.
Hey, what is that business logic, say?
Some code, man.
What is this business then? Any other inputs? Its logic is fine. This is that doesn't need it, that business logic or something. But that also up to you. It's up to person. However, they will be interpreting the what is the meaning of function. Okay, that also it will come. Don't worry. Any other input? What do you mean by the function? Why we needed the functions? Can tell me why function? Can keep entire code whatever it is there inside one function itself, right? I know that each and every program should have at least one function. Each and every program or project should have one function. At least one function. But we will be encouraged to use the many number of functions. Any reason why we need to go ahead with the function?
Reduce complexity and user readability.
Complexity, perfect. Readability, perfect. Any other inputs?
Modularity.
Perfect answer. Any other inputs? Anyone else? Guys, there are multiple guys from the CSE. You guys are the masters in this area.
Declarations.
What declarations, Sai? My question is why the function is needed. For declaration, do we want to have the function? Without function also you can declare inside the file itself, right? If you have the 1.c, then inside that you can do some declaration into A. Who will be opposing you there while declaring it? Any other inputs from CSE background?
Reusability of code.
Reusability, perfect answer. Reusability, reusage I can say.
And rewriting same logic.
That I can consider as a reusage.
Okay.
Perfect answer. This much is fine for me. See, basically, guys, whatever the Pritam or Satyagopal or anyone else was telling, that is correct. Okay, to reduce the complexity, to maintain the better readability, to have the good modularity, and to perform the better reusage. Okay, these are the main pillars of why we are using the function. Okay, so function means what? You will have just function. Inside it, you will have some kind of statements. Okay, statements might be anything. Like if you want to have the if loops, you can have. If you want to have the for loop, you can have it. If you want to have the switch conditions, you can have it. If you want to have the while loops, you can have it. If you want to have the declarations, you can have it. It's up to you however you are doing it. But at least there should be a one function for the entire program, then only you can do all these things. Correct? Any doubts here? So simply outside the function, if you are keeping the if loop, for loop, switch statement, what will happen? Anyone tell me?
Can you repeat the question?
Simply, there is no function definition. Outside of the function, you are just keeping the for loop, if loop, switch statement. What will happen?
It won't take anything.
I could not able to get you what you are trying to say. Compilation will be success. Compilation will be success, or there will be any errors, or it will give any output.
Error will come.
Why error will come?
Those are not inside the function, right?
Perfect. So the expectation of using any statements, okay, should be inside any one of the function call or the function definition. Got it? If whatever the statement it will be, whatever the loop it will be, it should be there inside the function. You cannot keep this outside the function. Let me show you what will happen. So now let me keep the same logic outside of the function. Okay. Now in this case, can anyone tell me what is the function here? What is the function name here?
Main.
Main is the function. This is up to you. Whatever the name you want to keep, you can keep it. Now I'm just running it. I just kept the do while loop outside of the function. Now I am expecting that there should be a compilation error, but I'm not sure what is this online compiler will do. See here, expected a identifier, which is a bracket, which means that it is not directly saying that. I think I have told you in the first class itself. Sometimes it cannot give you the what is the direct error. Okay, what we will be expecting, it should say that this do while should be there inside the function, but it will not tell in that way. It's just saying that it should be inside the braces. Got it? Whatever it will be, if I am doing it, int a is there already. If I am trying to update it with a equal to 200, now what will happen? Will this particular line number 18 will be get executed at the runtime? No, right? It will not execute it. See here, data definition has no type or storage class. So what is our intention is, we want to update the value of a to the 200. Okay. But what it is thinking that this is one more new parameter which we are trying to update with the 200. That's the reason it is expecting a It is expecting a data type, correct? Conflicting types for A. So it's just taking one more new parameter. It should not be happen. So if I'm doing same thing inside the function, what it will have now? Printf %d. What it will print now? What it will print? The value should be -56. Why, yeah? Character how much? I'm not sure why it is printing -56. It should print 100. I think it took it as a static. -128 to 128 it took it. So that's the reason it went into the negative values also. Got it, right? So this is the use case of C. Whatever we have discussed it, there must be a, there should not, we should reduce the complexity. If you see at the runtime, not runtime, real-time program, it is having 40,000 lines of code. If I'm keeping all those 40,000 into the one function, will it work out? If tomorrow someone is coming and seeing that what is this here, they will call it, this is not the good way of doing program itself. You can write entire 40,000 lines of code into the one particular function itself. But it will not, you cannot be understand. If tomorrow itself, if you are seeing that particular code, you cannot remember that what you have done the coding. If you are splitting that entire code into the different functions, then it will be very easy for you to understand what you have written in the different functions. You can see this particular file, how many functions it is having. It got struck down. It will have lot of function definitions. So before it will take a lot of time. Okay, it's opened up. So you can see all these are the function definitions what it is having. So I can understand this by seeing the function name itself. So what it is telling that left default values. What is left? In this case, I know that this is the lane markers which are printed on the road. This is left edge default values. So what will be the left side road edge default values? Like there will be white markers printed on the road, right? So that values we are just trying to read it from the camera. So you can see here left marker, right marker, vision objects in the sense like what and all the camera is finding the objects. How many objects it's finding and all those things. How many signs it is finding it. Traffic signboards. HMI manager, like human machine interface, there will be one, there will be infotainment system in the car, right? To print something onto that, we call that as a HMI, okay? But in the use cases at the end user side, they will be calling it as a display or screenplay or something like that. Okay, so that HMI, what it has to print out, we will be seeing it. We will be keeping that. Okay, so blinking the you might have observed that if you are not wearing the seatbelt, it will be giving the warning. That warning will be printed from here. In the real-time software, we will be writing it in this way. Got it? What is the need of functions and how we will be writing that function? That is up to you. However you want to write it, you can use it. You can write it. So functions you can use in the different way. Okay. So just function definition, you can have it. Inside it, you can define something. So if you are not specific, this is like the syntax will be return type, then function name, function underscore name, and the arguments. Okay, so this argument, so basically the function one is there, means inside this you can call the function 2 also. Okay, this function 2 will be somewhere else. Function 2 definition is here. So here you are doing the statement 1, statement 2 and all those things. So function 1, you can call the function from function 1, you can call the function 2. So whatever the function 2 has to do, it will do and it will come back again. Here it will execute the statement 3 after the execution of statement 2. Getting it? So whatever the functions you are seeing here, right? So it will have the function call from 1 to 1. See, this will be get called by someone else. Someone else. See here it is getting called. The line number 24,795 it is getting called. So function to function there will be a linking, okay? So these all are the function calls only. See, if I'm calling this 25 milliseconds, so inside it, I will call this particular functions, all functions. First, I will call this function. Once this execution is done, then I will call this function. Once this functionality is done, then I will call this function. So all these functions one by one, it will be getting called and it will be executing what are there inside that function calls. All the statements. Getting it?
Getting.
So do you want me to show like how it will happen in the real time? So let me take one particular example. So I'm just going to have it function 2. Before that, I need to tell you the syntax. So return type and function name and arguments will be there, right? So hey, what happened? So if you don't want to return anything from, see, for example, function 2 is there, right? Okay, the function 2 I have executed, I have called it, then it is going to here and it is just doing statement 1 and statement 2 executions. If you want to return anything, so after statement 2 you should have the return statement and you can return the whatever value you wanted. Okay, if you are doing this statement 2 is if it is integer type, then you have to intimate that you are going to return the int values. So then the statement will become int function 2. Okay, then here also you should be able to accept it. Okay, then the value b into the value b you should accept it. So whatever the function 2 is going to return it, you need to accept inside the b. Or if you don't want to accept it, then you can make it as a void. Even though if function 2 is returning it, you don't want to accept into any one of the parameters. So that's the reason you are just suppressing it by keeping the void. Void in the sense what? Nothing. Don't do anything, something like that. Something that meaning it will come in that way. Okay. If you are not keeping any return, if you don't want to return any integer type or something like that, you need to mention it as a void. In case of function arguments also, if you want to pass any other value, so now you are having the function 2, okay? So then if you want to pass the value a equal to 10 is there, that a you want to pass it, okay? Then you need to accept it, okay? Int a, int b or something like that. This function prototype will be getting changed. It depends on how you are using it. If you are passing arguments, then you need to keep that as a what kind of argument you are keeping it. Argument in the sense int a or int b, character a, character b, or else if you are passing any pointers. So depends on that, the argument type will be getting changed. Now what is this? Int a is an integer type. So int a you are passing it as an argument. So that's the reason I am changing this function definition of function 2 to int b as an argument type. So now whoever calling this function 2, they need to pass some parameter as an integer type. Otherwise it will not access it. It will not accept it. Got it? If you don't want to pass anything, just keep it as just braces. That's all. Don't bother about anything. That's how we are doing it. So int main, I don't want to pass anything to the int main. So just I'm making it just like void only. So I'm doing some functionality inside it, and it is a kind of integer parameter which it can return it, but no one is going to accept this. Why? Because main is the first function which will be get called. Got it? So let me write one function now. Now a value you are printed 100. Now I am just doing func2. It's there already. Okay, fine. So I'm just doing the func2. So now I should have the, if you are having any func2, so if I'm doing printf printf func2 only, I'm just printing it. So now can anyone tell me what will be the output of it? Before that, if you are using any your user defined function, you should have the function declaration for it. You need to specify that what kind of function it is. I'm just saying that it is not going to return anything. It is just a function to will be get executed. Can anyone tell me what will be the output now? It is going to print two printf statements. The first one will be the A100. The next one will be just a print function 2 will be get print. Why? Because function 2 is getting called here. You can see here. There is a warning, that's fine for me. You can see just two printfs, it is printing it. Two printfs, it should be, what it is giving is, here you just mention void function 2, but in the definition you are missing that void. That's what it is, just throwing the warning. Now there will not be any warning. Got it? Now I have the b value. I am just showing the passing value, okay. B value, which is a 200, which is of type integer. I'm just trying to pass it the value b. Can anyone tell me what will happen now? A quick answer, guys. We will finish it. It's almost 9 o'clock now.
100 and
100, 200.
Do we really think it will print 100 to 100? Tell me what is the reason. It will throw error
yeah,
basically.
sorry.
Why? Because function 2 you have declared it as a void, and it is not going to accept any arguments also. But what you are trying to do? You are trying to pass the argument b, which the function 2 could not able to handle it. So in that case, if you are going to pass int b, then you need to specify in your declaration as well as in your definition. Shall I run it without keeping that argument? It will throw error. Hey, how come, yeah? Really, it will not accept it. Function 2, I'm just keeping it as a void actually. If you are passing it as an integer parameter, then it should not have, it should not at all accept it. It should be declared in int b. Here also it should be not int b. You can mention whatever the parameter name, you can keep it. This is they are not actual parameters actually. Int c or something like that, you can keep it.
Lokesh, why it will not take a value equal to 120? It will print 100, right?
Why? Because I am updating already a equal to 100 here. In the declaration it is there 120. 120 it is there, but before printing that I am updating value of a to the 100. So that's the reason the value of a it is taking 100. My worry is like, if without declaring int c as an argument, it is taking b. That's what it's unexpected. At least I was expecting that this compiler should throw that error. This compiler is designed to find out only specific rules only, okay? But in real time, it will never be allowed, okay? Now I'm passing int b equal to 20. So I'm just keeping it. I'm just accepting it. Now, if I'm printing value of c, okay? Value C equal to percentage D comma C. Now can anyone tell me what will be the value of C? Make it fast, guys.
200.
How can it will print the 200?
We are calling function B in function 2, right?
Function
After
2
that,
we are calling it
and then we are giving value to in
B.
C.
B value we are passing it. It doesn't bother about what you are passing it. It will just whatever you are passing it, it will take into the C. There is a separate concept for this, how it will pass and all that I will be showing it. You can see the value C is the 200. It is printing it. Got it? So value A, it is printed 100. Now I am calling function 2, so that the function 2 also will be get called by the main function. Now it will just do this one. So inside this, if I want to do the function 3 call, function 3, that also I can do it. Then you should have what you should have function declaration. You should have void func3. You should have it. Then function 3 definition also you should have. Now if I'm not having the function 3 definition, if I'm calling it, what will happen? It will throw error.
Compiling error.
It should throw error. Perfect. Now at least it is throwing. Undefined reference to function 3. Function 3 is nowhere it is defined. Func3. I'm doing it. Then inside it, if I'm print func3, it will just print it. What happened?
Double quotation.
Double quotation. See here. Func3. So function main function called function 2, function 2 calling function 3. So all these things will be getting called sequentially. Got it? This is step-by-step execution. C language is a step-by-step execution. First it will execute line number 15, then 16, 17, 18. 18 if it is executing, then let me tell you one thing. If I am doing printf, okay, printf here, after the execution of function 2, what it will do? It will go to directly to 27 line number. Then it will execute 28. Then it will execute what again? Then it will execute 29. 29 if it is doing what it will do? It will go to the 34 line. Then it will come back to the 19th line. Got it? How the execution will be happening?
Yeah.
Perfect. So I think with that, I just wanted to stop for today. There is one more concept called call by value, call by reference, which is a part of function itself. Call by value and call by reference. Call by value, anyhow, we have seen it like function 1 calling A and all these things. That is the call by value. Call by reference, if I want to explain, I need to finish first of pointers. Okay. So next class will be the pointers and then call by reference. Then the compilation steps and some kind of, C rules and all those things we will see. And then with that, we will be ending up C language within the next first hour itself. Got it?
Got it.
Fine. So I think with this, I'm going to end up for today. Any doubts? Any doubts?
No.
No doubts. Thanks all of you. Thank you all for joining. Bye bye. Good night.